Trivial Pursuit Classic. Get us started, Blue.
Is this a great video game? No, far from it. Is it better than just playing the board game? No freaking way! But you know what? It doesn't matter. As soon as I started playing this, people walked in from all over the CGR offices to join. And sure, they laughed at the game. They also stood there and watched me the whole time. Not even watched! They shouted answers, they made their arguments. I mean, they were basically playing it with me. And that's the thing about games like Trivial Pursuit Unhinged. They don't have to be great to be fun.
Which 2002 video game gave players a chance to adjust the chest sizes of its topless female stars?
So here's the crazy thing. I've never played Trivial Pursuit. I know, right? The guy who works across the hall had to explain it to me. Turns out it's kind of fun, though. You have this game board filled with blocks, and each color is a different category of trivia. You land on a sports block, you answer a sports question, and so on. Get it right, you roll again. Get it wrong, your turn's over. And your coworkers laugh at you. F***ing jerks!
That's right.
Anyway, your objective is to make it to these wedge blocks. There are 6 of them, and if you answer those questions right, you get that specific wedge. Fits in your little game piece like a piece of pizza. And once you get all 6 wedges, you go back to the center. And if you answer the center question right, you win the game. Listen to me, explaining Trivial Pursuit. Hopefully I'm not the only one who's never played this damn game. I was always more of an Outburst guy. Outburst? That was like Trivial with balls.
You're up again. Let's go. Right, 2. Up to you. Say where.
And obviously, a classic Trivial Pursuit mode is included here. It's also the one we had the most fun with. You can play with up to 6 players, which is awesome. But the game gets its name from the Unhinged mode. This is where the crazy video game gimmicks come in. It's the same core game, only there's a point system, which I don't even understand, as well as a bunch of these special blocks. Some of them teleport you, some of them cut the amount of possible answers in half. I mean, it's an interesting twist, that's for sure, but it's also a bit too Mario Party for this kind of trivia game.
What organized crime figure was dubbed Dumbfella by the tabloids after the feds found his handwritten list of mafia members?
Speaking of the possible answers, the game's set to multiple choice by default, but you can also do a shout-out mode, where you have to answer the question verbally. Then you have to hand the controller to another player, the game shows them the real answer, and they get to decide whether or not you were close enough. Obviously, if your friends are jerks, this mode is problematic. The staff at Classic Game Room? Mostly jerks!
Flash mode. Let's get at it. Let's do it. Blue player. You've got 2 choices.
There's also a third mode. This is probably the best one for single-player play. It's the Flash mode. It's basically a very fast, very streamlined version of Trivial Pursuit. You have to work your way up this tower, and you do that by answering questions correctly. Each level of the tower gives you 2 categories to choose from, so it's just a much faster game to play. And again, it's really the only one that makes sense for single player. So if you don't have friends, well, go make friends, and while you're out, don't buy this game.
Well done. You've reached the top and won the game. Way to go.
The presentation is minimal here. It's all about the board game itself. So the graphics, the music, mostly generic stuff. Also, I did notice some misspellings, which is sort of inexcusable for a trivia game. But one interesting thing is that the questions are read by celebrities. Like Bill Nye reads the science questions, which is awesome. Terry Bradshaw reads the sports questions, which is... I mean, those are like the exact opposite people. Also, Brooke Burke reads the entertainment questions, which... her voice, famously what people love about Brooke Burke.
Check this out. This picturesque mountain is found in what South American nation?
Anyway, there's not really much to say about this game. I mean, it's Trivial Pursuit for your PlayStation 2. As a general rule, I always recommend the actual board game over the video game version, but honestly, this one's not bad. If you can find it for cheap, and you want a great party game for your PS2, this actually isn't a bad choice. It's Trivial Pursuit Unhinged for the PlayStation 2. And a shout out to our friend Ron from Cedarburg, Wisconsin for sending it in.
Yes, sir. You're our big winner. Congratulations.